Let's talk about this Jezebel. So a lot of people is actually dealing with this spirit alone. Not just in narcissism, but there are people that is dealing with the spirit of Jezebel. So you may ask yourself, how do Jezebel enter into a person? Or why am I dealing with the spirit of Jezebel? Jezebel can enter in through rape, molestation, incest. It can enter in through you also going through narcissistic abuse. It can come in through your addictions and your temptations. It also can enter in through ways of maybe childhood abuse. There are some people who was controlled mentally, physically, and emotionally. So when the person got older, they told themselves like, yeah, I would never go through that again. Jezebel is this spirit that tries to control and manipulate. So let's break this down. Some people, especially who has been through narcissistic abuse, will catch themselves dealing heavily with the spirit of Jezebel. And that's because, like we already mentioned, you was abused mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually. You were really taken advantage of. And some of you are also dealing with PTSD from this. That Jezebel spirit also promotes fear and anxiety. So when you're dealing with this spirit personally, we're not talking about someone being Jezebelic to you, but I'm talking about you having this Jezebel spirit, okay? And so you may be asking yourself, well, how do I overcome this? How do I stop allowing myself to feel what I feel when I feel like I can't control it? One of the main functions that you will realize within yourself is that you're being extremely controlling, okay? Someone can throw out an idea and you're going to have 1,000 ways of the way that you think it should be done. Someone can come to you and try to get your opinion on something, and if they don't take the opinion, you get highly offended. One of the big things you may realize with yourself is that you deal heavily with the spirit of jealousy, which is also stemming from Jezebel. So you may be thinking like, okay, let's say that someone does something for maybe your husband or your child, and they take like very high appreciative to it. Like, oh, I'm really, this thing really made me happy. I'm just so excited that this person did this. Or maybe they don't say it with their mouth, but yet you can see it in their actions. And you automatically grow a defense of hatred, anger, resentment towards the person that did something for your spouse or for your child or for that person that's close to you. This is all stemming from that Jezebel, and it's all coming from the spirit of control. Now, this probably be running through your head right now. You're probably like, okay, spirit of Jezebel, spirit of control, like, which one is it, right? Jezebel is the header demon. Jezebel is basically like the top person, okay? The top person. And then Jezebel have cohorts up under her. So that comes with the manipulation, the control, the jealousy, the fear, the temptations, the addictions, the lustful perversions. All of these things is stemming from Jezebel. Think about it for yourself. You may be a man, and if you're a man, you have the father role, you have the husband role, you have the employee role, you have, the man of God role. If you're a woman, you have the mother role, you have the wife role. So there's different roles, even though you're one person. So how this spirit operates is going to operate however you allow it to operate. If it realizes that it can get you with jealousy, then what's going to happen is you're going to have a strong jealousy spirit over you to where it feels like you can't shake it, you can't get rid of it. No matter if you pray, no matter whatever you're doing, it's there. And I want to tell you what God had told me when I was dealing with this. He said that you have to conquer it through self-control, because he has given us power to tread upon scorpions and serpents. And so you have to practice self-control over this. So for instance, let's say that you're dealing with the jealousy part, and you realizing it and you're recognizing it. Guess what you need to do? You need to be buying books that's going to help you to defeat this thing of control, because jealousy and control are running really together. Because you're jealous because you can't control the situation. You're jealous because you was able to do the thing that this person done for them. You're jealous because it's almost like you feel like someone is trying to threaten the territory or try to take something from you that belongs to you. So jealousy stems from that. And then that spirit of control was like, I want to be the only person to do that. I want to be the only person that's in this person's life. I want to be the only person that can make this person happy. I want to be the only person that can give this person advice. And even deep inside of you, you're like, I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to be like this. Like, why is this happening? And it's all stemming from what? Jezebel. Now, I want to say this because this is really big for people who have been through narcissistic abuse. When you go through narcissistic abuse and you come out of it, you begin to really notice the spirit of Jezebel working on the inside of you, which is what happened with me. I was in narcissistic abusive relationships for a couple of years, and well, actually more than a couple of years. Let's just be honest. It was 10 plus years. So I was in these narcissistic relationships, and because I was controlled, because everything that person was doing to me, I had put this wall up that no one would ever hurt me. No man's going to ever control me. I'm never going to go through this ever again. And what happened was I made a vow to myself. So if you have done it, you have to say, God, I break the curse that I've put over myself. I break the curse of not submitting. I break the curse of I would never let anyone hurt me. Okay, because here's the thing, vengeance belongs to God. We can't control what people do, but we can control, like, if we allow ourselves to be around that person, we control how much of it we take. Like, you can control that. But here's the thing, it's not a sense of control, of demonic control, but just control as to, okay, I see discernment. I hear the Holy Spirit saying, I don't need to go over there. I don't need to be with this person. I don't need to entertain this person. Let me remove myself. But when you have been through abuse, you come into like, I'm going to take control. Okay, I'm going to do this. And you got to come out of agreement with that, because you have gave Jezebel a legal right over you. And that's all Jezebel need is a little bit of a little wiggle room to come in. And now this thing have moved in on you. So if you are dealing with this spirit of Jezebel, I have wrote a book called Defeating Jezebel, Overcoming Fear and Anxiety. And I can go on so much about this spirit. In this book, let me turn it around the camera. In this book, what you're going to see is you're going to begin to learn about the spirit of Jezebel and how it operates. You're going to also learn where this spirit originated from. I have so many different scriptures in here as well. I put in this book about 20 different weapons that you could use while fighting this spirit, and also some scriptures to stand on while you're going through defeating this spirit. This spirit can come in, like I said, through toxic relationships. It can come in through you being abused, by you being taken advantage of, meaning raped. It can come in and it can cause some great destruction. I also talk about how to overcome the fear and anxiety that this spirit comes with, and just ways to be alert. I also bring a lot of insight on scriptures, and also like how the people in the Bible defeated this spirit. So if God have given us the power to overcome this spirit, then guess what? You can overcome it. It all starts with wisdom and knowledge. And one of the things that God has shown me is that when you're going through something in life, you have the power, okay, to overcome it, but it's going to come through studying, praying, being close to God, fasting. It's going to come with these different things. But here's the thing, if you're just allowing this thing to take rampant in your life, and you know that you're controlling, you know that you manipulating, you know that you are this dominant person, you know that you got this jealousy issues, but yet you refuse to do anything about it, and you just let the spirit just control you, then guess what? You getting whooped. But it's time to do the whooping instead of being whooped. It's time to get that armor. It's time to put on the armor of God, and it's time to fight, and it's time to learn about what it is that you're dealing with. And so I hope this video blessed you. I know this is a long video, but it's a very informative video, and guess what? Those who stick to the end is the ones who needed this. So be blessed.